Hey guys, Grizzly here with another Shadow Era commentary, and I am not having the best night. It has just been an off kind of night for me, but let's hope that some Shadow Era can bring me back into it. So today we have an Elementalist versus a Xana Mist. Now, in the last couple games I've seen with Xana Mist, she's been having some issues. I mean, just players seem to have a problem really adopting a solid strategy for her. But we will see if this player can break the losing streak Xana Mist has been having with some of the games I've been both playing and watching. So we see Elementalist get out an early Carnivore, and Xana counters with a Jasmine Rose Cult. Now Jasmine does have the ability to neutralize any enemy attack, or just make it unable to attack for a turn with her special. Elementalist choosing to buff that Carnivore with his special ability, using a Life Infusion on a Spark, boosting up to a 1/6, creating a very solid attack force. The Carnivore a 3/5, and the Spark a 1/6. So the Elementalist just hits the ground running, sprinting as a matter of fact. And we will see if Xana can counter this. Now, that Elementalist does have a very powerful ability of buffing any monster with +1/+3, and Xana, of course, can heal herself or an ally for 3 damage. So, and that's usually one of the things that I see really stifle Xana, is that a lot of players, they have the ability to heal, but heals, in my opinion, are a little underpowered. Most weak enemies, don't really benefit from heal, because if they're going to be killed, they're going to be killed in one turn. It's usually not drawn out. It really is only helpful late game when you have things like, when you have monsters like Aeon Stormcaller, or a Glutton, or, Golf the Glutton on the field. So we see Jasmine use her special ability on that Carnivore, making it unable to attack, and she attacks the Spark, bringing it down to 3 health. One more attack, and it will be dead. Either a counterattack or a direct attack, and Carnivore going to be unable to do anything until that Jasmine Rose Cult is taken care of. So while Xana has been able to neutralize enemies on the field, she hasn't been able to kill them, she has been able to neutralize them. So we see Spark skipping right over Jasmine and going for the Xana Mist. Probably the best idea, though honestly, if Spark had attacked Jasmine Rose Cult, it would have died, but it would have dealt 1 damage to her, weakening her to only a 3/2. And I think that would have actually been more valuable than dealing 1 damage to Xana Mist at this point. But, to each player's own. So we will see what Xana does next. I'm telling you, tonight has not been going well for me. I walked into a closed door holding a bowl of cereal. So you do the math on what happened there. And then I tried to quietly close my door, but the heat has caused the wood to swell, so I ended up slamming it, and it's like 3 o'clock in the morning. Okay, so we see Book of Curses hit the field. That's going to reduce the attack power of enemy allies by 1. So it is neutralizing the gains of that Elementalist buff to the Carnivore, at least in the attack department. And he is still neutralized by Jasmine Rose Cult ability anyway. But that is going to end that. Mind Control on Jasmine Rose Cult going to cause her to attack Xana and then die, which will free up Carnivore to do whatever he wants starting next turn. Now Xana does have enough Shadow Energy to start healing herself, which, will keep her in the game longer. She does throw down a Tainted Oracle, a 2/2, that when killed, she gets to draw a card. So the good news is that if Carnivore does kill it, she will draw a card. The bad news is that when Carnivore kills enemy allies, he gains a +1/+1 counter, making him even stronger. And there he goes. So now he's up to a 3/6, and he is only going to get stronger every time Xana throws down a monster. Now, Elementalist is coming up on another buff ability. I bet he is going to buff that Spark to create a solid base of monsters rather than powering up a single monster. But that is just my guess. He might use that buff on Carnivore and just stack that one monster to holy hell. But you never know. He could go either way. I can see arguments for both positions. However, unless he puts that 1/3 buff on that Spark, it doesn't have any attack power. Just because of Book of Curses. It is a, and I can't get a good look at it. Oh, there it is. It is a 0/1. Okay, so we see Raven Wildheart hit the field. A 3/6, and I do have to refresh my memory on her ability. Oh, when she is attacked by an enemy ally, that ally's attack power is, or when she attacks, or it might be when she deals combat damage, that enemy ally's attack power is reduced to 0. So, if Carnivore does attack her, he will suffer, a loss of ability, or a loss of his attack power. So, she'll be able to counterattack, and he will be dead pretty quickly. So that is going to neutralize that Carnivore more or less, but it's going to cost Jasmine or Raven Wildheart her life in the process, probably. Ooh, we see Ogolth the Glutton hit the field, and whenever an ally is killed, he also gains a +1/+1 counter. So I think we're seeing a theme with this Elementalist deck. And we see Carnivore skip right over Raven Wildheart and go straight for Xana Mist. I'm not sure what we're going to see Xana do with only that Raven Wildheart on the field. Attacking anything is risky. Ogolth the Glutton is just a very vicious card. Can be a very, very annoying monster to deal with. But we will see what Xana can pull out of her sleeve. Looks like she's looking to attack with Raven Wildheart, but what will she attack? She could eliminate the Spark completely, but right now that thing is useless. She does go after the Carnivore. And, she does, because of her dealing combat damage, Carnivore's attack is reduced to 0. I'm not sure if that's until the beginning of Elementalist's turn. Ooh, Aeon Stormcaller, a great card. Not only is that going to protect Raven Wildheart from attacks from Ogolth the Glutton, but he is also a 3/8, and next turn she can use him to buff her Wildheart. So Energy Discharge, I have to admit, I have never seen that card before. Clearly it's nuking things. Looks like it deals damage based on, I'm going to get, you know what, I honestly don't know. I've never seen that card before. So, I'm sorry, I actually can't tell you what it does. It looks like it nukes things. At any rate, it looks like it dramatically shifted the field position. Aeon Stormcaller and Raven Wildheart did both die, which gains Ogolth 2 +1/+1 counters. And, or is it just +1? I can't tell. Alright, I'm sorry, I'm out of it tonight, guys. So, we will see Xana heal herself for 3 health, and that will, of course, whatever she can do to keep herself in the game as long as possible and get those counterattacks up and running. See another Raven Wildheart hit the field. But, at this point, I think that Ogolth can damn near one-shot her. We see Deathmage Thaddeus come out, dealing her 1 damage, and I think that actually does weaken her enough that Ogolth can kill her in 1 hit or very close to it. We'll see what happens. Yep, Ogolth does have enough attack power to kill her in 1 hit. But it looks like he's trying to use his ability, and I'll have to admit that I forget what his ability does. Oh, that's right. He can kill any monster that has a summon cost of less than his attack power. So now that he's up to 6 attack power, I don't think she'll be able to play anything that can survive. At this point, there is one similarity I see between almost all Xana Mist decks, which is Tidal Waves. I usually see a Tidal Wave from every Xana Mist. We'll see if she has one. We do see Tainted Oracle hit the field, and she's using her Shadow Energy again to heal herself, so now she's up to 20. Unfortunately, she is going to take quite a beating this turn. Now, we'll see if he chooses to... Yep, he is going to kill that Tainted Oracle with his ability, with Ogolth's ability. It will draw Xana a card. And now we're going to see an absolute flurry of attacks. And things are looking pretty grim for Xana at this point. Ogolth is a 7/11. Sorry, I just sort of giggled a little to myself. He's a 7/11. If he was an Indian guy, it'd be perfect. Sorry, that was racist. Oh my god. Anyway, he is a 7/11, and there is the Tidal Wave. I'm telling you, I see that in every Xana Mist deck, and why the hell not? So we see all the monsters get wiped off the field, and she drops a Pew and Bloodhelm, So while it's not exactly an army, she does now have her own attack force, and she destroyed all of the Elementalist force. So we will see if that is enough to reverse this game. Infernal Gargoyle does hit the field, affected by Book of Curses. It is now a 1/4, but it still does have that 1 damage reduction, meaning that Pew and Bloodhelm is basically a 1/3 versus it. So right now it is more powerful than Pew and Bloodhelm. So we'll see what Xana does. I don't think she will attack him directly. I think she'll choose to just go around him for now, but I could be wrong. So let's see what she does with her. She has a second chance here. She could really turn this game around. It could go either way at this point. Elementalist is going to be able to buff that Infernal Gargoyle. To be honest, I'm surprised he didn't when he played it. It would have made it a 2/7. Yeah, 2/7. Okay, so we see another card that I have not seen very often. I'll tell you what it does next turn when I get a chance to read it. But it is a weapon, apparently. Ah, that's what it does. Every time she deals combat damage to an enemy hero, or it might just be combat damage in general, she gets a monster back. Stop moving. I want to read it. When your hero damages another hero in combat, while Ghost makes the top ally from your graveyard. Okay, I thought so. Okay, so whenever she attacks, she's going to return the top ally to play, and I think the next one is Aeon Stormcaller. So if she can attack again, she will get a very powerful ally back on the field. Unfortunately for her, ooh, that sucks. If she gets really unlucky here, oh, nope, he's choosing to save that Mind Control, probably because he knows Aeon Stormcaller is probably coming back next turn, and if he does, he can use, Elementalist can use Mind Control to basically eliminate him. So we see Dimension Ripper go down. We will see what Elementalist does. I'm sure he's just going to attack, But he did use his Shadow Energy on that Infernal Gargoyle, making it a 2/7. So not much in the attack department, but plenty of health to weather the attacks from his opponents. And because they can only deal 1 damage to him per turn, and he can counterattack for 1 damage, or 2 damage now, he's a very formidable foe. So actually, Raven Wildheart was the first one back on the field. And using his Infernal Gargoyle to basically just immediately slice her down. Now, I think the reason is because he's trying to use up that Ghostmaker durability, trying to save that Mind Control for whenever he needs it. And remember, Ghostmaker does only bring that ally back with 1 health, so even if he does bring back Aeon Stormcaller, it is going to be just ripe for the picking. But still, an Aeon Stormcaller with 1 health is better than not having an Aeon Stormcaller at all. So we will see what Xana Mist can do at this point. Let's see if she can turn this around. She still has a decent chance. She has 9 health, but she does have enough Shadow Energy to heal herself. That is going to be crippling to Elementalist. The King's Pride goes down, giving Xana 2 health and all of her monsters 2 attack power. So now you'll see that it is a 4/2 and a 4/4 respectively, more than powerful enough. Well, actually, not quite powerful enough to wipe out this Infernal Gargoyle, but going straight for the Elementalist, very interesting choice. Dimension Ripper, flipping cards over. Now, I do need to read that. I think it allows players to draw from each other's decks, but it might just be a hand swap card. Let me take a look and see if I can catch it. Using Grave, Alright, I want to take a look at that Dimension Ripper now. Tainted Oracle taking the Stricken Elementalist. So I have to say that was a pretty brash counterattack. Actually, this game could be over next turn if Elementalist doesn't do something. It looks like I can't look at the cards in the graveyard. I have to admit, I don't exactly know what Dimension Ripper does. I know it involves the swapping of cards, but it is late, and I do not care. Okay, Focused Prayer is going to destroy that King's Pride. It allows him to destroy any armor or weapon, I believe, or it could just be any item. So King's Pride does hit the field, destroying it, and that is going to be absolutely brutal. And now Raven Wildheart goes down, so now she did have a huge advantage, which she now has lost. So we'll see if she can do anything about that. Elementalist dropping another Infernal Gargoyle, making it a 2/7, so now he has 2 2/7 Infernal Gargoyles on the field against the rather weak attack force of Xana Mist. So once again, things are looking bleak. However, she did do a substantial amount of health damage to Elementalist. If she can get enough attack power on the field and go for direct damage, she might be able to win. Unfortunately, both of her monsters will die with one attack, so I'm not sure how well it'll work. Unless she can drop an Aeon Stormcaller, that would really help her. But I'm not sure she's going to be able to do that. So she will probably heal herself right. Yep, there she goes, boosting her up to 12 health, which, if the Infernal Gargoyles are the only monsters on the field, will give her 6 turns to do something. So I was right, she goes straight for the Elementalist, bringing him down to 6 health. However, she does need 2 more turns to kill him with the monsters she has on the field, and the Infernal Gargoyles will almost certainly kill those monsters next turn. However, this is a very, very close game. Ooh, Armored Sandworm, that could be the end of it right there. He has 2 damage reduction, meaning the Infernal Gargoyles can't touch him. They can kill the other 2 monsters, and they're going to have to unless Elementalist wants to die. But that Armored Sandworm just kind of eliminates it, and Jasmine Rose Cult pretty much seals the deal, because he just can't deal with that kind of substantial attack force, and one more direct volley from any combination of those monsters is pretty much going to end this, as long as he has Jasmine Rose Cult attacking. Actually, that's not true. I can't add. So he will live for another turn. Unfortunately, one more turn is all he can expect, and his monsters cannot kill that Armored Sandworm because they do not have enough attack power. However, we will see them kill Tainted Oracle and Pew and Bloodhound. Ooh, Mind Control. Oh, foolish. Oh, so foolish. He uses his Mind Control, but he uses it on Jasmine Rose Cult instead of the Armored Sandworm. Now, Jasmine Rose Cult does have a higher attack power, and right now that is paramount. However, he cannot kill Armored Sandworm. Like, it is not possible. However, he did eliminate a lot of monsters on the field, and now it is only Armored Sandworm sitting against him. However, Armored Sandworm is enough. He can kill that Spark very easily, or he could just go straight for Elementalist. However he chooses to do it. She has more turns left to live than he does, even with 4 attack damage per turn. It'll still take him 3 turns to kill her, and he only needs 2 more. Or she only needs 2 more. So, right now this is just turning into, as StarCraft we'd call it, a base race. She uses Tidal Wave, a very risky move. She eliminates all the monsters from the field, and yep, she has her own monster to play. Infernal Gargoyle hits the field, and that is going to be a big problem for Elementalist. However, he does draw a Dimension Ripper, which he can use to attack her directly for 2 damage. I don't think that's going to be enough. Just consider now the counterattack will play into this, but it still won't be enough. Infernal Gargoyle, having a 2/4 with 1 damage reduction, he won't have enough juice to kill it before it kills him. And the King's Pride hits the field. That is going to be the end of the game. Infernal Gargoyle now has 4 attack power, and that is going to be the GG. And there it is. Defeat. Alright. So, ladies and gentlemen, that was a very good game. I am surprised that Xana managed to turn that around. But hey, props to the Xanamist player. It's good to see them. It's good to see a Xanamist player making a bold move. So yeah, good game. So I'm gonna go get some sleep and try not to walk in any more closed doors. As always, I want to thank both players for a well-played game. I want to thank Wulven for creating such an awesome card game. As always, don't forget to rate, comment, subscribe, and check out my other video series, A Noob's Journey. And, for those of you who subscribe and watch all these videos, thanks a lot. I really appreciate it. If there are any players that you want me to cast for, if you want me to cast one of your games, I'd be happy to do that for you, just because I really appreciate the fans. I know I don't exactly have an army of subscribers, but those of you who have watched my videos and made regular comments, I really do appreciate it. So I'll see you guys next time.